Then yung 200-day EMA is our indicator for the long-term trend. Natutunan din natin na yung moving averages can also serve as our support and resistance. So whenever we would like to buy a stock, ayaw natin silang habulin sa pinakatoktok. And then finally, pinakita ko na sa inyo on how to maximize your profits using moving average by trailing your balance. So 50% of your initial position can be sold at your fixed target price. And then yung the rest, yung other 50%, pwede mo siyang i-trail, no? By following the moving average. Again, this is for passive investors, mga normal employees, but would like to do a bit of timing. Pero hindi yung kailangang i-monitor mo talaga siya everyday. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is 𝗥𝗲𝗹𝗁𝗁𝗶𝗀𝗃 from smartpinoyinvestor.com and I make weekly videos on personal investing and finance. So if you would like to learn more lessons on how to grow your funds, so make sure to check out our previous videos and subscribe ka na rin to this channel so that you get updated on our future lessons. So for today's lesson, ang i-discuss natin is basic ideas on charting in COL Financial. So isa-isay natin itong mga features na to, and specifically, we will drill down on the use of what we call moving average as part of our basic technical indicators. So mahalaga itong moving average because it will help us avoid na magkaroon tayo ng malalaking lugi or maipit tayo sa mga stocks. And at the same time, it can help us pinpoint where to buy and how to maximize yung ating potential gain. So if you're not yet familiar with the charting application or feature of COL Financial, so you can access yung kanyang charting dito sa under codes, meron ditong charting. And if you click on that one, so lalabas yung charting platform natin. Okay? So in this case, we have the chart of MegaWorld in its candlestick form. So meron tayo ditong different chart styles. You have the candle, which is the one currently displayed, and then meron tayo ditong bar. So every candlestick is converted into bar. So very similar lang, wala lang masyadong kulay. And then colored bars if you want to add colors, line if you simply want to look at the closing prices. Yeah, and then other kinds of charts here, but most of the times I would use the candlestick style. Okay, and then dito natin lalagay yung ating stock symbol. Let's say Ayala Land. I like to say Ayala Land. Ayan. And then itong 1D, so may different options dito. 1D, 1 week, 1 month, intra, then 1 minute, 5 minutes. So this gives us an option to choose ano yung time frame ng ating candlestick. If 1D, that means every candlestick here represents the price action of the stock on every single trading day. And then if we choose 1 week naman, so that means every candlestick here represents the price action of Ayala Land in 1 week. Magagamit mo tong 1 week and 1 month if you want, for example, to see yung longer and bigger picture ng stock. So for example here, if I choose 1 month, so mas madali kong makikita since 2000. Whereas pag ginawa mo kasi siyang 1 day, so you have to scroll ng maraming beses to look at the historical. Okay, and you could also zoom in and zoom out. Okay, but normally I would use 1 day and 1 week na candlestick. Okay, and then of course ito yung period na 6M, which stands for 6 months. So this means yung nakikita natin is the price action ni Ayala Land in the past 6 months. If you would like to see yung year to date, you could also select year to date, and normally I would choose 1 year para makita natin yung price action niya in the past 1 year. Then we have here the compare option. But I was told by COL Financial that this is not really working as of now. Okay, I mentioned about this chart style and different chart type. You can just explore it, and then under studies, here we can see yung mga different indicators na pwede nating piliin. So mamaya di-discuss natin ano ba yung mga common indicators. And then lastly, so itong setting, you have here the option to save. So magagamit natin to if you want to save certain settings, like may mga favorites kang indicators. So once you choose the indicators that you want, you can click the save, and then masasave yung setting mo, and you don't need to select the indicators again on your future next sessions. Then finally, meron ditong options to create your watch list. So you simply have to click this plus icon and make sure to enter the symbols separated by space. So for example, I have here watch list 1. So you could put any other description. No? Let's say I like to put 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀, 𝗥𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀, FLI. So these are all real estate companies. So click save and then makita natin siya dito. So just by clicking, you can scan through all the companies. Okay, so yun yung basic idea nitong charting platform ni COL Financial. So for today's lesson, ang i-discuss naman natin ngayon is yung gamit ng technical indicator na moving average. Okay, so basically ang idea ng moving average is that it gives you the average of the stock price in the past X number of days. So for example, here if we use a period of 50, so this means we want to see yung average ni Ayala Land in the past 50 trading days. Okay, and then it is called moving because every day kinukuha niya yung last 50 days. So nagmo-move yung kinukuha niyang data set, in other words. Okay, and then under field you have here the options close, low, high, open. Normally we would like to select yung close or yung closing price ng stock in any single trading day. Then basically ang kinukuha lang natin dito under type is yung exponential. So the simple moving average just gives us yung ating basic average na parang kinukuha niya lang yung normal mean average ng stock price in the past 50 days, but when we select exponential, binibigyan niya ng more weight yung mga recent prices. So for example, yung price niya last week, mas mabigat yon when it comes to computing the average as compared doon sa price niya in the past 3 weeks or in the past 4 weeks. Okay, so normally we would like to choose exponential. And then, yeah, just select your favorite color. So I'll pick red for MA50 and click create. Yan, so yung may ma-generate na red line and makikita natin yung relationship ng stock price doon sa ating moving average. So ano yung basic idea about moving average? So ito yung lagi nating tatandaan, no? Whenever the price of the stock, okay, is above your moving average, so that is actually a good sign for us. So kapag mababa naman yung price, for example here, bumababa siya, or mas evident siya dito, if the stock price is below your key moving average, which is in this case the 50 EMA or 50 exponential moving average, hindi siya magandang sign. And actually, diniscuss na rin natin itong concept na to in our previous video. Pero ang ginamit natin doon is yung 200-day EMA. So para ma-add natin yung 200-day EMA, so just select under studies yung moving average. Then instead of 50, we will use 200. The same way, we will use exponential and select lang tayo ng different color to differentiate it and click create. Ayan, so itong black line therefore gives us the average of the stock price of Ayala Land in the past 200 days. So kung magtataka kayo bakit 50 days, so 50 days actually stands for 1 quarter. So yung 1 quarter, mga 3 months yan, diba? So that means 12 weeks. So 12 weeks, so 12 times 5 because there are 5 days in a week. So that's 60 days. Pero dahil sa mga holidays natin, yung mga non-working days, so generally, ginagawa na lang siyang 50 from total of 60. Okay? And then yung 200-day naman stands for 1 whole year. Again, yung diniscuss natin sa ating previous video is yung 200-day EMA is a good indication of the long-term trend of the stock, which means whenever the price of the stock is above your 200-day EMA, that is actually a good sign. So before we proceed, if you are enjoying this video and want us to make more videos more often, then please hit the thumbs up button to show your support. Also, if you have questions or thoughts while watching this video, then please do share it in the comment section below. So, papalitan lang natin tong daily, no? Ayan. So, mas nag-work kasi sa daily, but of course, it could also work weekly. Pero mas makikita natin dito sa daily. Halimbawa ito. So, yung stock price ni Ayala Land as of, this is August 2019. So, medyo lumalapit na siya dito sa 200-day EMA. Actually, nag-breach na siya dito. Pero nag-retrace up pa siya and then nag-breach na siya. So, yung 200-day EMA, naging resistance na siya. So, parang naging harang na siya whenever the stock price wants to climb up. Pero hindi niya na kinaya. So, it started going down. Okay, so whenever bumaba na siya below your 200-day EMA, that's already a bad sign. Marami na siyang resistances. It took mga 6 months no or more before siya naka-recover above your 200-day EMA. And then nag-down ulit siya. So again, whenever the stock price is below your 200-day EMA, that's not a good sign. Down siya dito, and then down ulit siya dito. So yun yung challenge kapag yung stock price mo below 200-day EMA, mahirapan siyang umakyat because ang dami niyang resistance. So meron kang resistance ng 50-day, meron kang resistance ng yung mga resistance na yan. So hindi siya katulad, for example, ng check tayo ng stronger stock, no? So let's say all HC. Ayan, so makikita natin dito kay all HC. So tanggalin ko lang yung ibang lines. Okay, so ano yung napansin nating difference? So the price is actually above your 200-day EMA starting September 2020, no? So nang nag-break siya, so that means it's a good sign, and actually nag-appreciate siya ng napakataas after that. And then, so aside from giving us yung long-term trend ng stock, your moving averages could also serve as your support and resistance levels. And in this case, so si all HC, so nakahanap siya ng support dito sa 200-day EMA. So nag-bounce siya. Nakahanap ulit siya ng another support sa 200-day EMA. Then up siya. Then nag-consolidate siya dito kay 50 EMA. Okay, and then until nag-trend up na siya. So napakalayo niya na sa kanyang EMA. And then nung nagkaroon ulit ng price drop, so si 50-day EMA naging support naman. Okay, and then ngayon it's still way above your 50-day EMA and 200-day EMA. So yun yung advantage pag chine-check natin yung relationship ng price as compared to 50-day EMA and 200-day EMA. We actually call this kind of stocks na stronger than the market because yung market natin ngayon is actually sideways. Check lang natin yung PSEI, no? So si PSEI sideways siya. Yung price niya or si PSEI is just hovering, no, slightly above your 200-day and 50-day. Whereas yung nakita natin kanina, all HC, so mas mas malayo siya doon sa mga averages natin, and therefore ito yung tinatawag nating trending stock. So mas madali sanang kumita ng pera dito because bibili ka lang and then you just follow the trend ng stock, which is in this case uptrend. Unlike yung kanina na PSEI, sideways siya. So ang hirap kumita ng pera whenever your asset or your stock price is sideways. Ayan, so sideways si PCOM. Okay, so yun yung second advantage ng paggamit ng moving average. It gives us levels of support and resistance, and magagamit natin yon to find where to possibly buy. So for example, kay all HC, so you could decide, for example, to buy whenever it touches your 50-day moving average. So for example, balikan lang natin yung kunwari hindi natin alam, though alam actually natin. Okay, so halimbawa yan, normally ang gagawin ng tao dyan is bibili dyan, no? But a more conservative approach is you wait for the stock price to touch your 20-day or 50-day EMA. So in this case, nag-touch siya dito. Okay, actually alam natin yon. Let's say bumili ka dito, ang next support na titingnan mo is yung 200-day EMA naman. So pwede kang bumili ulit dito. Once nag-break siya dito, benta mo na lahat. Pero in this case, so nag-materialize naman siya, and magandang support actually yung 200-day. And then, yun. So, depende na lang doon sa selling strategy mo. And possibly, pwede mong masakyan ito because hindi nga nabibreak yung 50-day EMA. And that leads us to the third use of moving average. So, since we are using the key moving averages as support and resistance, so pwede rin natin gamitin ito as guide in setting our targets. So, in this case, for example, let's add a different moving average. So, mag-add tayo ng mas maigse, which is 20. And then, let's assign a different color. Ayan, so click create. So, for example, you could, once na-reach mo na yung target mo, meron tayong tinatawag na trailing the balance. What does that mean? So for example, bumili ka dito because nag-break siya. So this is your resistance to, di ba? So what you could do is you could also use your moving average, in this case your MA20, as your tool in finding where to possibly sell. For example, you can decide na whenever the stock price crosses below your 20-day EMA, that's the time you will sell. So pwede mong gawin yun. So in that case, mas nasasakyan mo yung overall trend ng stock and hindi ka napapaaga ng pagbenta. So yun yung kagandahan ng paggamit ng moving average when it comes to selling. So pwede mo siyang gamitin guide to actually trail your balance. So kung nakabili ka dito, pwede kang magbenta dito. Let's say yan yung initial target price mo, pwede mong ibenta yung kalahati. And then, yung kalahati or yung rest of your still invested capital, pwede mong gamitin yung 20-day EMA or yung ibang ginagamit 10-day EMA, yung iba 9-day. Once na-break yun, dun lang nila ibibenta yung the rest of their position. So in that case, na-maximize mo yung iyong profit. Okay? So just take note lang no, na mas applicable yung ganong strategy whenever your stock price is trending. So what does it mean pag trending? So dapat malayo yung iyong stock price sa iyong mga key moving averages like 20-day, 50-day, tsaka yung 200-day. So ano ba yung mga stock na yun? So halimbawa SEC. Ayan, so yung SEC is also trending, no? So yung stock price mo is most of the time, it's above your 50-day EMA and your 200-day EMA. Another one is Converge. Yan. So, ito yung mga trending stocks natin, di ba? So, halimbawa, ito. So, let's say nakabili ka dito. Lagay tayo dito ng resistance because this is a resistance. So, let's say nakabili ka dito. Tapos, pwede ka nang magbenta dito, no? Kasi hindi mo naman alam na aabot yan ganyan, eh. So, pwede kang magbenta dyan. Pero what you could do is just sell half of your position and then yung other half, pwede mong gamitin guide yung, for example, your 20-day EMA, ititrail mo siya. So in this case, hindi pa siya nagbe-break. So na-maximize mo yung 50% of your position, nag-appreciate pa rin by how much. So pag measure natin, umakyat pa siya ng 23% up pa siya, no? Whereas kapag isang level lang kasi yung pagbebentahan mo, halimbawa, yan lang talaga yung initial target price mo. So, ibebenta mo lahat dito. Hindi mo actually nasakyan itong malaki na to. Whereas, pag gumamit ka ng moving average, pwede mong i-trail yung iyong balance. Okay, so yun lang actually yung lesson natin for today. The use of moving averages. So, pinakita ko sa inyo how to add yung moving average. So, just click yung moving average here and set your parameters. Normally, I would use 20 and 50 and 200. Then, yung 200-day EMA is our indicator for the long-term trend. Then, natutunan din natin na yung moving averages can also serve as our support and resistance. So, whenever we would like to buy a stock, ayaw natin silang habulin sa pinakatoktok. So, as much as possible, if you would like to take the more conservative approach, so aantayin natin siyang mag-touch sa mga moving average. Okay? So, yun. And then, finally, pinakita ko rin sa inyo on how to maximize your profits using moving average by trailing your balance. So, 50% of your initial position can be sold at your fixed target price. And then, yung the rest, yung other 50%, pwede mo siyang i-trail, no? By following the moving average. Normally, I would use MA20 or MA10. Yun. So, yun lang actually yung lesson natin for today. Napaka-easy lang. I hope this will be helpful to you when it comes to your stock market investing. Again, this is for passive investors, mga normal employees but would like to do a bit of timing. Pero hindi yung kailangang i-monitor mo talaga siya everyday. So, if you find this video helpful, so make sure to leave your thumbs up and also subscribe ka na rin to this channel so that you get updated on other future lessons. And kung may questions ka rin, no, so pwede mo yung ilagay sa comment section and we'll try to answer it in our next videos. Thank you guys for watching and see you in our next video. God bless us all. Bye!